Chinese scientists have made a notable breakthrough in quantum cryptography by successfully factoring a 90-bit RSA number using a D-wave advantage quantum computer. This achievement, led by Professor Wang Chao of Shanghai University, marks a significant step forward in the field and has sparked concerns about the future of digital security, often referred to as approaching Q-Day, which is the moment quantum computers can crack current encryption systems. This milestone signals how quickly quantum technology is advancing. The team employed quantum annealing, a method previously considered impractical for such tasks, to factor the 90-bit RSA number. While this does not yet endanger commonly used encryption standards like RSA 2048, it reflects rapid strides in quantum capabilities. In a separate development, another Chinese group introduced the Sublinear-Resource quantum integer factorization SQIF algorithm. This algorithm claims to reduce the number of qubits needed to factor large integers. Demonstrated on a 10-qubit machine to factor a 48-bit number, it hints at the potential for practical quantum decryption using today's or soon-to-come quantum systems. These breakthroughs have drawn varied responses from the scientific community. Expert cryptographer Bruce Schneier recognizes their importance, whereas quantum computing expert Scott Aronson remains skeptical of their near-term impact. Despite differing opinions, the message is clear. The time to prepare for a post-quantum world is now. As quantum computing technology matures, developing encryption methods that can withstand these powerful machines is becoming increasingly urgent. Ensuring the security of sensitive data in sectors like finance, defense, and healthcare hinges on transitioning to quantum-safe cryptography. US export restrictions on advanced AI chips have dealt a major blow to NVIDIA's dominance in China, creating an opening for domestic companies like Huawei to step in. With NVIDIA previously controlling over 90% of China's AI chip market, the recent ban, now including NVIDIA's H20 chip, has effectively sidelined the US tech giant from selling its most powerful AI chips in the country. Of course, this prompted Jensen Huang to drop everything and immediately visit Beijing to try and sort out a deal. In response, Huawei has launched the Ascend 920, a next-generation AI processor built using a 6 nanometers process and delivering more than 900 teraflops of computing power. Set for mass production in the second half of 2025, the chip is part of Huawei's broader push to replace NVIDIA in China's AI infrastructure. The company also unveiled the AI Cloud Matrix 384, a high-performance computing solution that outpaces NVIDIA's GB200 in processing power, albeit with higher energy consumption. While Huawei is making technical strides, it still faces hurdles replicating NVIDIA's software ecosystem. NVIDIA's CUDA platform is the backbone of many AI applications, offering extensive support for a wide range of models. In contrast, Huawei's alternative, CAN, is less mature and poses a steeper learning curve for developers. Moreover, US intellectual property rights remain a significant barrier for Chinese firms trying to fully replicate or replace Western chip technology. Despite these challenges, analysts believe the US export bans are accelerating China's efforts to build a self-sufficient semiconductor ecosystem. Huawei's advancements, while not yet on par with NVIDIA's full-stack capabilities, signal a rapidly evolving competitive landscape in the global AI chip sector, one that could see Chinese companies increasingly closing the gap in the years to come. Before we continue, please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the video. Thanks. Chinese universities have surged ahead in global semiconductor research, outpacing the United States in both the volume and impact of scholarly publications. According to a report by Georgetown University's Emerging Technology Observatory from 2018 to 2023, China accounted for 34% of all English-language research papers on chip design and fabrication, totaling over 160,000 publications. In contrast, the US contributed 15% with approximately 71,000 papers. Notably, 9 of the top 10 institutions producing the most research in this field are Chinese, led by the Chinese Academy of Sciences. Furthermore, Chinese universities dominate in research influence, with 8 institutions among the top 10 for most cited articles. In comparison, no US institutions appear in the top 10 for either total publications or citations. This dominance aligns with China's strategic push for self-reliance in semiconductor technology, especially amid escalating US export restrictions on advanced chips and related equipment. While China continues to face challenges in producing cutting-edge semiconductors due to limited access to certain technologies, its emphasis on foundational research positions it to potentially overcome these hurdles in the future. The report underscores a shifting landscape in global semiconductor research, with China's academic institutions playing a pivotal role in shaping the future of chip technology. China is rapidly translating its AI advancements into tangible economic benefits, distinguishing itself from the United States, which maintains a lead in cutting-edge AI technologies. The emergence of DeepSeek, a Chinese AI startup, exemplifies this shift. Following its notable success, President Xi Jinping convened a meeting with technology leaders, including Alibaba's Jack Ma and DeepSeek's founder Liang Wenfeng, urging them to leverage AI innovations to bolster the national economy. China's centralized policymaking enables swift implementation of AI initiatives. We've already seen the massive leaps in medical AI and its ability to spot early signs of cancer. After the February summit, local governments in tech hubs like Shenzhen and Shanghai intensified support for AI development, aiming to nurture the next wave of AI-driven enterprises. On the regulatory front, China is adopting a more flexible approach compared to the European Union's stringent AI Act. By focusing on establishing technical standards for real-world AI applications, such as generative AI, China seeks to foster industrial growth while mitigating the risks of over-regulation that could impede innovation. This strategic emphasis on practical AI deployment positions China to gain a competitive edge in the global AI landscape, as it continues to integrate AI solutions across various sectors to drive economic progress. In other news, Intel is preparing to announce plans this week to reduce its workforce by over 20%, affecting more than 21,000 employees. This move represents the first major restructuring under new CEO Lip-Bu Tan, who assumed leadership last month. The layoffs aim to streamline management, eliminate bureaucratic inefficiencies, and refocus the company on engineering excellence. This initiative follows a previous reduction of approximately 15,000 jobs in August 2024, part of a $10 billion cost-saving plan. Intel's decision comes amid ongoing challenges, including declining sales and increased competition from rivals like Nvidia in the AI computing sector. The company has struggled to maintain its technological edge, leading to 3 consecutive years of revenue declines. In response, Tan has committed to revitalizing Intel's core operations, including spinning off non-essential assets. Notably, Intel recently agreed to sell a 51% stake in its programmable chip unit Altera to Silver Lake Management. As of the end of 2024, Intel employed approximately 108,900 people, down from 124,800 the previous year. The forthcoming layoffs are part of Tan's broader strategy to reposition Intel for long-term success in a competitive semiconductor landscape. The emerging rift in US-China relations is obvious. Tariffs and trade wars have heavily affected many industries, with chips and semiconductors being one of the biggest hits. It's no secret that China is investing heavily into the upcoming AI tech. They far and away lead the academic and research landscape in the sector, so much so that they made a recent breakthrough in quantum computing. US policy to restrict chip sales to China will only hurt themselves. China will be hurt in the short term, but they will forge a new domestic industry, as they are already doing with Huawei, that can rival and surpass the West. One of the old titans of America, Intel, is now a beaten-down dog that has to cut 20% of its employees just to stay afloat, not to mention that it's 2 generations behind in the chip sector. Meanwhile, DeepSeek and Alibaba are making leaps and bounds in medical AI and are being championed by the government to help national directives, it's clear that China is on a stable and successful path. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.